Hello.
Hello.
Is it me you're looking for?
I can see
Good.
in your eyes.
I can see Rob's eyes real close.
Hey, we are live.
What's going on?
We are live.
Whoa, we
Hey,
are live. Holy cow.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Monday night show with the three guys, Rob Finds Treasure, Seeker, Ravenhawk Coins, and of course our special guest for tonight, JW Coins and Hobbies.
Super special. Super special. Special in all the right ways.
Super
Especial.
special.
Especial.
Especial.
El Gato del Dia. So what's going on in the chat, guys? We got a lot of people in there. We see Nubs, A Foot for Silver, Artie Mike, Richard Sappington, Test Logic, Callan Asher, JW Coins and Hobby, Jonathan Potts, Jason 4343. Let's see, Jesse O, Silver Banky, Des Logic, Jonathan Potts. I think I already said hello. Edward Tasker, how you going tonight? Good to see you. Good to see you. All right, guys. So JW Coins and Hobbies our guest, but let's start off with my man to the side, Seeker. What you got going on, brother?
What's up, guys? Just hanging out here. Excited to do these Monday night things. Happy to be here with Raven Rob and my man J-Dubs. What's up, J-Dubs?
What's going on, man? Just, hanging out. My house got somewhat torn up today, so we're good to go. Got some construction going on. So
There you
just
go.
hanging out.
It's nice seeing you, JW. It's been a while since I've seen a bearded lady.
Aw, settle
Oh,
down.
savage.
Come on,
That's
settle down.
savage.
Time that man out. Time him out.
Guys, we got a $5 super chat from Michael and Lord Zachary Burnett. What's up, gentlemen? Thanks for all the amazing streams and searches. Thank you very much. And also from Gringo, OG22 says, what is up, my people? OG22 in the house.
What's up,
In
Gringo?
the hizzle.
22.
Hey, Raven, I know you're hosting it for the first time, so don't forget you can click a message on StreamYard and it will pop up on the screen.
Oh, see, I did not know that. Look at that. See, we can give everybody
Hey,
a little bit
Michael
of
Hargis.
There we
It
go.
doesn't work with the overlay, though. We might want to remove the overlay for that.
Oh,
It does or doesn't.
It does not work with the overlay.
like we're like,
Oh, it makes us all like pitched different, huh? Hello?
it's like the
All right.
Titanic when they're going for air.
You can take the overlay down. You don't really need it anyway.
Hold on. Let me go to where's that? That's under brand, right?
I believe so, yeah.
And overlay.
And then,
So there's a
You just
StreamYard one. Do I just click it again to get rid of it?
Yeah, that worked. That worked. There you go.
Okay, cool.
All right, perfecto.
oh yeah.
Did you
I
miss the
like
Gringo
perfect,
one?
yeah. No, I did that
You said
one.
the Gringo
Oh,
one.
okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Cool.
So anyway, if you
we
want to, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
No, I was just going to let you know if you want to tag like a comment that you want us all to respond to, just click it and it pops up on the screen.
That's awesome. Looking good, Lewis. Feeling good, Billy Ray. All right. VC Coins Nevada in the house. What's going on? Movado Soldado's here. Mike Wolf is here. Luke Wilson. Shane Kennedy. Maria. Brian Smouse. Maria Cervantes. All right, let's get into the next person. We got my brother here, Rob Finds Treasure. What's going on in your world, my friend?
You know what? I'm a little excited because I submitted an order to PCGS for 11 coins, and last order took 63 days from the time they received it to the time they mailed it back to me. This one on day 18 was already in encapsulation process, and that was 4 days ago. So
Nice.
I'm hoping that by the end of this week, it's in the mail, and by sometime early the following week, I have it in my handsies.
That's
I tell you
cool.
what,
I'm excited.
I tell you what, I want to speak to that a little bit actually. Talking about submitting to PCGS. Now with NGC, it doesn't matter, but with PCGS, never ever forget to grab a Sharpie and write whatever like submission tier that you were submitting with on the outside of the box, because I sent late November I sent off all those toned eagles and that V75 for a friend of mine, and it's still in encapsulation phase at this point. It took them weeks to actually get to it because I never wrote down the tier on the side of the box, so they probably just threw it into a pile.
Yep, so they just went straight into the economy pile. They're just
That's
like,
exactly, by the way, the one that took 63 days. I did forget to write what I had on the box, and I guarantee you that's why that one took 3 times as long as everything.
Right.
I write it on all sides. Even though they say just write it in one spot, they'll see it. I just big Sharpie all sides.
Yep. No, it's oh man, it bothered
Not
me
even
because
taking
the
a
one
chance
before
on
that
one.
got back so fast. That's what's like
Whitney
no.
Balls, what's going on, Whitney Balls?
Yeah, definitely. If you work with them and help make their job easier, I've noticed the same thing. You know, that you get a faster turnaround,
Excuse
and
me.
it makes sense.
Oh yeah, for
You
sure.
know, it totally
Well, I
makes
mean,
sense.
that's just common sense, really. If you make somebody else's job easier, they're going to respect you more and take care of you as well.
Yes.
Sorry about that.
Rob finds treasure. I thought you'd be more excited about the fact that your Bucks are in the NFC Championship game.
I mean,
I'm
he is
excited, but
wearing
listen, I've had 19 years of waiting for some success since the Super Bowl, and I don't want to jinx it, but I gotta say it because I already told Charlani. If the Bucks can beat the Packers next week and go to the Super Bowl, not only will they be the first NFL team to play in the Super Bowl and host it at their stadium, but it's also Super Bowl number 55.
Oh, cheese and rice.
Oh snap!
Come on, 55. Let's do it.
I swear, Rob's the only guy I know that can step in a pile of poo and smell like a rose.
So are you saying that if the Bucks don't get to the Super Bowl, that it won't be the 55th Super Bowl? It'll be a different
It will
number.
be, but how awesome would it be? How funny would it be? How coincidental would it be that 55 is a number on our stream we always screw around with? And if the Bucks make it and play in it on a year they haven't made the playoff in 17 years, and they happen to win it, and it's Super Bowl 55. Come on, Seeker. I'll invite you over for some St. Louis ribs in Texas.
Hey, I'll cook them. I'll happily go. Good times. I mean, I won't care much about the game, but I'll happily go.
Yeah, don't give a dang about football, but the food's good.
This is what I'm looking forward to.
A little bit of fishing.
Yep. And some food.
Toledo Bend is a central spot for me, you, and Raven, or me, Rob, and Raven. And Seeker just got to fly down there. So,
Yep.
I'll drive.
There
Ain't no
we
thing
go.
for me to drive.
Nubs,
All right.
go Pack, go.
Look out, the $5 super chat. Thank you, Nubs. Somebody posted something about a coin here a second ago.
And yes, guys, feel free to post any questions into the chat. That's why we're here.
1899 Morgan XF40 at the local antique store for $162. I am not the biggest
Wait, what? It was a 99.
1899.
1899, a little bit better date, right?
I don't think it's that much better. Let me gray
Come
sheet
on,
that.
Seeker. What you can look it up in your gray sheet if you need to.
I have the gray sheet open. 99 and XF40.
like,
That's
listen,
not. It's sheet for
X-Worth is-
140. What did he pay for it?
162.
162.
Okay, so that's in range. I didn't think it was quite that high
It's-
until it was AU plus.
It's less
So-
than 350,000 minted. It's a better date.
Right. I understand that, but I didn't. A lot
No,
of those
Seeker, I'm
coins.
trying to explain it to you that it's a better date.
Seeker,
No,
it's a
I'm
better
just saying
date,
that
man.
a lot of those coins in those years, they're really low value until they get up to AU. So that's why I was wondering if that was one of them. But no, that's not a bad price from an
What
antique
is it
shop.
put for in grade 1?
Gray sheet doesn't show G1. It shows
I know,
VG8.
but imagine if it, a lot of people like those lowball grades.
The PO1.
Truth. Well, lowball sets are huge, man.
I was
You get-
actually looking at some of those stuff today on eBay because I found this one in a box last night. It's a 77, and it just a straight pocket coin,
Oh,
But I was
absolutely.
looking at, I was going to say, you know what? I'm going to look at it and see. I'm going to put a grade to it and then look it up on PCGS and see. And, not even close because it's still got a rim. What's up, Kittle and Fish and Hank up in the house?
Whitney Balls with a $5 super chat. Chunky Butt made me do this for Raven, but she loves all y'all. Well, thank you, Whitney. We appreciate that.
Heck yeah.
That is
Very
awesome.
sweet of you. Very cool. So let's see
Colin Asher
here.
had a message up above, a question rather.
Who did?
Colin Asher,
All right,
CALLAN.
Is that the one? Oh, thoughts on silver for each denomination and which ones do banks take out? Also, wire halves obviously the best. I would say banks don't take them out unless a teller takes them out. But I don't feel like any of the sorting companies have machines they're not going to do a Rydale and start sorting stuff.
The
No.
The reason halves are the best is because that's the only year that you had 40% from 65 to 70.
Oh,
Like what's that, Rob?
No, I'm sorry, you weren't done.
No, I was just gonna say if we were just hunting for 90%ers, we'd have a lot more skunk nights.
Yeah. So you'd have a lot harder trying finding them. So
Well, and the second reason on Seeker is absolutely right. That is, there's a lot more silver years for halves. But the second thing is, think about it. Halves aren't circulated as much. So when you think about my luck with quarters and most people's lucks with quarters and dimes, those things are been moving around forever. And they're pulled out by collectors all over the world, people that hear something weird and then they check it out on YouTube or check it out on Google and are like, oh, that's silver. So halves just aren't circulated, so you can get collection dumps and you can get old boxes and old rolls laying around in vaults. And so that's why halves are the best for silver. But at the end of the day, they're also, like Seeker said, they have a lot more years for silver.
yeah.
Yes. Yeah. That's the reason it makes it fun. You know, you have that many different parameters, you know, variables that you can find. And like just the other night, you know, what Seeker was saying, he found an 1893 Colombian. Rob found an 1893 Colombian proof. I've had a couple of people say that they've been finding commemorative halves in their stuff lately. You know, they're $1,000 coins for 50 cents. It's just insane, guys. We got a $2 super chat from Robert Worley. Wants to know how about selling his 1914D penny or cent, I should say, Lincoln cent.
The 14D is not rare enough to take, to put in an auction, at least in my opinion, unless you're going to auction it on like eBay, but not in like a big auction like Heritage or anything. It's not key enough of a date unless it's insane. What I would do though is, I don't know how many shops are around you, but I would take it to a couple of different coin shops and get offers from all of them that you can. The reason you don't want to just go to one is because you may get that shady dealer who knows that you don't know what you're doing and says, oh yeah, I'll give you $10 for this. So if they know you're shopping around, you're most likely to get, an honest answer. And then you just go with the highest one. That's what I would do.
Yep. I mean, if you have a social media following, you can also put it on Instagram and take offers or DM me for prices. Right. I mean, there's a lot of people, there's a lot of collectors on Instagram and other social platforms that you probably could get better than a dealer. But if you need money now and not worry about shipping and not worry about insurance and just want to get it, Seeker's right. Coin dealers, there's a lot of fair coin dealers that will get you really close. They'll have to leave a little meat on the bone for themselves. Keep that in mind. But let's say it's worth $150 and they give you $105 for it. That's $105 you didn't have, and it's right now.
Right.
Yep. Money in your pocket right now says something, that's for sure. Plumber Stacker with a $10 super chat says, gentlemen, how can I get machine rolled halves from the bank? I keep getting customer picked rolls.
I specifically have my boxes ordered for me. That being said, as I said on previous of these Q&A streams, I pay for that service. I didn't at first, but as time went on and I started doing a lot of boxes, they started charging me, but they order them directly for me from Brinks.
Yeah.
Nope.
Also go to other banks.
Yeah. If your bank isn't working with you, they're not gonna all of a sudden magically start doing it either. Right. Some of them I've seen them mess with people. They'll hand you stuff and look you straight in the eye and be like, yeah, have fun with your rolls. And they know that they're giving you stuff that somebody else turned in 5 minutes ago. It's very, very key learning how to establish relationships. It's one of the things that we talked about quite a bit. If you aren't good at talking to people and, greasing a palm here and there with a little, a gift card or something or some food, we all do different things. The other day we got pizza for the bank that we go to, it just depends. You got to really gauge the situation, but developing relationships is key. That's my best part of advice for that. Yeah, we got another one.
One thing we've always talked about, like Rob and I have discussed before, if that bank's not willing to work with you, they just became a dumb bank.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Until they finally figure out that they don't want to take coins anymore, then they're going to start giving you what you need.
Yep.
All right. I saw a good one from Des Logic. Let's see here.
I saw one earlier too, so after this one.
Okay, yeah, if you see something, let me know. I'll click on it. It says, my dad passed away 8 years ago. He's a coin collector. I finally started looking at him. He had a lot of wheat pennies and steel ones too. Are the steel ones worth anything? Here's the thing with the steel pennies. If they are, original, they haven't been replated, and they're in AU to BU condition, then yeah, of course they're going to have a value to them. But if they're beat up and rusty, nah, you're looking at 50 cents or something, if that.
If that. Usually you can buy a steel cents for the same as a wheat cent, 4 or 5 cents if they're really heavily circulated or rusty. 43 Philly steel cents are the most common by far. Actually, they have roughly the same mintage, but for some reason the Phillies, I don't know if they were just more of them. I don't know why, but the mintage is close to the same on all 3 mints. But the Phillies aren't worth a whole lot even uncirculated. They only go for $5 to $10 to $15 to $20, just depending on how uncirculated they get. But the other ones can bring a little bit more if they're really nice.
Hey, that's a great answer. Guys, here's a really good question from Richard Sappington. With the recent dollar meal discovery from Denver, why do you think the Denver Mint has far fewer errors than Philly? Does Inspector 13 hang out at the Philadelphia Mint?
Old Inspector 13. I think the reason there's less errors in Denver than Philly is because there's less intentional errors in Denver than Philly.
Yeah.
No, I don't know.
I would almost venture to say it's just the mass amounts of stuff that Philly does over the other mints. I mean,
yeah,
a few billion pennies more in Philly is a lot more.
More
it's not just a
to
number
make mistakes.
150 billion to 143 billion. It's still 7 billion more chances at a mistake you can have.
Yeah,
right.
So the odds are immense.
Great answer. All right, guys, here we got one from Copper Owl Coins. Hey, guys, I'd like to start streaming too. What are the pros and cons of Streamlabs, OBS Studio, or other software to make this look as good as your streams? That is a lot to go into. That matter of fact, that could be an entire show.
It really could. I can quickly tell you that if you're talking about Streamlabs OBS, unless you're just not very good with computers, I would avoid it because it's full of bloatware. I would just stick with OBS Studio. That being said, outside of that, that's a lot to go into. There's a ton of tutorial videos on YouTube. I would just say find them and watch them. And that's not me. That's not me being rude or not wanting to answer your question. That's literally Raven's not wrong. That I could talk to you about this for an hour.
So I would say one of the easiest answers for me is that OBS Studio is very, very basic and simple for people like me who just want to plug and play and put stuff on. And also Streamlabs, if you don't know anything about anything, Streamlabs will help you out with their website and all their little widgets and stuff that you have to do less work to have something on your stream.
Mm-hmm. Guys, we got a $15 super chat for the man himself. Big Mill. He says, "What's up, guys? Driving home, can't tag. Hello, chat. Y'all look extremely handsome. Woo!"
That was an incredible impression.
Oh man, nobody's headphones blew up though. So I mean,
that's true.
I made sure to turn my mic down a little.
That's fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
All right, here's one right here from Emil Voyer. So I have a small roll from the mint that I got 20 years ago. Should I open them or what? And Emil, you really have to say, Emil, what is it? What is it? What coin is it?
Yeah, what is it?
Yeah, I just put the comment in the chat saying, well, first of all, what year and denomination are we talking about?
Yeah.
So, but that being said, some guidelines around that would be, I mean, it depends. So if it's a common date, common coin, but there is a nice variety that could be in there, you got to gauge, do I want to try to sell it as an unsearched roll and have someone take a pick and see if there's a variety, or do I want to look for it myself and get that variety? Or if you look at the coin's price population report and realize that there's no high mint state examples, maybe other than a 66, and you want to try to squeeze out a 67 out of something in the roll, then it might be worth looking through. Outside of that, without the year and denomination, it'll be hard to really give you.
He said 43D steel pennies. So I mean that's a pretty good roll to have if it's uncirculated.
It's like an original bank wrapped roll.
Dang good roll if that's an original bank wrap roll.
There we go.
That would be cool. Guys, I don't know, man. If I would be tempted to drop the money and send that whole roll off just to be graded all together at once.
Yep.
Just unopened. But,
just please, I don't even want to know until I see what happens.
Right? It'd be so fun to unbox that. Like just bring them out one at one. Oh my gosh.
That'd be a cool video, guys. One of you guys with deep pockets should do that.
There you go, JW. You couldn't see.
Not me. There you go.
MS66.
Nice.
That's awesome. All right, I saw another one. Let's see here. I know this isn't an actual coin that was in circulation, but he had a Nixon penny. It was very small, but it said patent pending on it. Has anybody heard of a Nixon penny?
It's not a real. It's an itty bitty, and it was a series of coins that they basically were showing how much our money is shrinking in value.
Is that
And so-
the inflation set? The
Yes.
little mini inflation
Yeah,
set?
I remember
I'm pretty sure that's what he's talking about.
I got a few of those.
Yep.
It's like the Benji's like this big. It's awesome. I love it.
So Josh Voss says he has 295 or 1955 wheats. They don't look exact, but close. Rob, can I send them to you for you to scope?
I would recommend not sending me to scope. You can actually, any 55p that is a DDO, it's naked eye visible. You don't need to scope it. If it's truly the double die king of all those double dies other than the 69S, it is naked eye visible. It's very easy to see. Otherwise, if it has any doubling, it's probably machine doubling like the poor man's 55. If you can't see it, even with you're in your hand and you can't see the doubling, it's not a DDO. No matter what.
Well, wasn't it a story like back when they made those that people were throwing them away because they thought they changed the design on the penny and didn't like it? Like, because it was so obvious there was a double die that people were just like, I don't like that. They changed the design or whatever.
I'd never heard that, but I guess I could see that.
That was one of the old stories that I heard. I think back when I even started coin collecting, that somebody had just said like it looked like they changed the font or tried to do like a shadow font or something and didn't like it, so people were not actively collecting them at the time.
Right.
I don't know about that, but I tell you right now, if I ever saw one, I wouldn't throw it away.
No.
Yeah.
I got a story from an old guy at a coin shop that said he started becoming a collector because he had gotten a roll of pennies, 1955, and he and his buddy went to the penny arcade and they were spending them. He kept noticing that they looked really weird, that he saw, that it had two dates, but he didn't have any idea. Well, he went back and looked up his, stuff and started looking at coins and found out that he had spent a whole roll of error. Yeah. Could you imagine that? Guys, we got a $20 super chat from the one and only William Fowler.
William Fowler.
You can see
Man of the hour.
2 feet away.
2 feet away.
That's definitely a true one. And then there was a really good question here, and I just saw it a second ago.
What, is it the hold coins one?
Oh yeah, I definitely. So what that is back in the day, Luke, and especially in history, the older coins like from the 1800s and early 1900s, a dime of silver, you could do a lot with 10 cents for a long time up until the 60s or 70s even. I mean, phone call used to be 10 cents for one. So a lot of people use that for emergency money, and so they would put a string on it because that was how they could keep it.
Yep. It's a good way to fool the vending machines and all that stuff, because once it gets past the sensor, you can pull it right back out.
That's the other thing.
I will say that we got caught when I was a kid at the not the arcade, but one of those like in a mall. They have like all the games and stuff. You go there and you spend like $50 and get a little toy. Have those with all the tickets, and you just throw the coin down in there, pull it back out, throw it in, pull it back out, throw it in, keep going.
That's awesome. The kids in our neighborhood were so crafty. They would take packing tape and barely get it on the end of the dollar bill.
Yep.
Put it in the Coke machine and pull that thing out, get their Coke, get the change, and go on. You're like, you guys are unreal.
I had a girlfriend that worked at Happy Joe's, the pizza place, and you take your tickets into the ticket counter, and what it does is it splits the tickets so you can't use them again. But you just take it and just keep pulling it in and out, in and out, in and out, and it keeps counting and counting and counting.
Nice.
That
was old college times.
Majestic says, I keep scratching my head wondering if I should bulk grade this shrink wrap roll of 1942D Lincolns, or should I cherry pick a few and send them off?
I'd probably just cherry pick that.
Yeah.
Especially if it's a shrink wrap roll, because they didn't shrink wrap rolls back in 42.
Right. Yep.
So I would open it, but that's just me.
Bo Palmer said he got caught doing the same thing. That's awesome.
And right here, Foot for Silver even added to it for the holes. He said that's why there are minted holes in Chinese coins. It allows the string. I mean, that's cool. You know, that's done. We got a question for Rob here. Let's see here. There we go. Says Morgan McLean, Rob finds treasure. I read a lot of the 1955 double-dyed Lincoln cents were discovered because of change from buying cigarettes from vending machines with 2 cents. The 2 cents was in the cellophane.
Did not know that.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I've never heard anything about that.
I didn't know about that either.
I do remember illegally buying cigarettes into cigarette machines when I was a kid, though.
Yeah.
We would go to like steakhouses with our family for a family reunion every year, and we just go out, and it's just the ones you pull on the thing, and the pack comes out. We put them in our pocket and just kind of like put them in there and try to hide them the rest of the night, and then we'd always get caught.
A bit of a bummer there are no W quarters this year, Richard Sappington says.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. I didn't know if they were going to continue that indefinitely or not. Actually.
No, they released a statement on the 6th saying that they're no longer doing them.
Wow. So that is it. So 20 million total.
Yep.
That JFK kissing Kennedy is called a counter-strike. You know, people damage coins all the time. Some people think they're kind of cool. I wouldn't really pay anything for it. The 1982 small date 3.1 gram copper. I don't know the price on that, and I don't know the price on the 98 White AM off the top of my head either.
So the 70s penny with JFK kissing Kennedy was actually, it's not worth much found in circulation. It needs to be affixed to the card that was put out with it. And they sold for like a few bucks back in the late 70s or mid 70s. So you probably can get a collector to pay you $5 or $6 for attached to the card. Without the card, probably nothing other than maybe a buck for somebody who collects unique counter strikes. The 82 small date copper penny from Philly is common. There's several different copper and zinc pennies minted in 1982, both small and large date. The only one that's unique and rare and valuable would be an 82D small date copper. Only a few examples of those have been known to have been found. If you have an 82D small date and it's weighs 3.1, you're sitting on something nice. The 98 Wide AM is about 10, 12 bucks in circulated condition. If you get it graded and it's an MS63 or better, you can get $25 or more for it. It's the most common of the three Wide AMs, 98, 99, and 2000, with 99 being the one that fetches value.
Yeah, I forgot about the little card thing. I had one or two of those and completely forgot about that thing. Yeah, I just remember the counter punching thing, you know, that people do that all the time. So my bad on that. Let's see here. What else?
I've got a good grip of those counter punch ones that I just like. I have this whole thing behind me, all these little squares. There's one of those that says weirds, and they're all in there.
Is there a proper way to staple coins? No.
However you want to.
I think what he means is, you know, in the the 2x2, but that is funny.
That's why I laughed.
While you're stapling your coins, make sure you clean them too at the same time.
Yes. You have to with bleach and an abrasive, like a scratch pad or something, is the best way to clean your coins.
Like a 15 grit sandpaper. It's like rock.
Do it this way. People that staple in the corners are sinners.
You could technically, you know, put one on the ground, run over it a couple of times too. So but no, just I even though the 2x2s fold over and obviously there's one closed side, I just staple all four sides because that's how I like to do it. It looks better to me. It really
However
does.
bad your OCD is how you should staple things, and also get a flat clinch stapler.
Yes, and
these little staplers don't do well.
And not only a flat clinch stapler, but even then you can get a little pair of tweezers. I have mine here somewhere. But I still kind of smash them down even with the flat clinch stapler.
Yeah.
Shane Kennedy goes, clean all coins with steel wool. That's funny. I saw somebody said something here about JV coins a second ago.
He had an announcement video out that said urgent, but I didn't click on it because we were streaming.
Yeah. So I don't know anything on it either, guys. That's real bummer. You know, that's one of the things about when you're doing stuff on your YouTube and your Streamlabs and different the operating systems, if you press the wrong button and show some of the information, people can hack you like that because they got a way to jump right in, you know?
Dude, I highly recommend turning on two-factor authentication. Like, and not doing it doesn't make any sense at all if you have a channel.
I missed it though. What happened?
It said the message said, "Hey guys, heads up! I just learned JB Coins has been cloned/hacked." They just posted an info video.
Yeah,
Two-factor. If you don't have two-factor on, I mean, for me to log into my YouTube account, unless it's from the computer I'm always on, I have to get my phone and get a 6-digit code that updates every 30 seconds.
I don't know what cloned or hacked means. Like in this, is that his YouTube channel or something else?
Yeah, no, they're saying that they hacked and cloned his YouTube channel.
Cloned and hacked.
I mean, like if you're cloning a channel, or say like one time where Rob, somebody stole your logo and your name and changed your channel name, went into somebody else's channel and started saying stupid stuff, but they knew like Rob wouldn't say that. So, you know, that's when they took away the go to channel thing, you know, that we can't click on somebody's name and go to their channel anymore to check it out. So it was harder to do the workaround to go to that person's channel and find out, because once you type in Rob Finds Treasure, it goes straight to your channel, not theirs, you know. So I don't know if that's what he's talking about, or, you know, because it's going to be really hard to actually clone somebody else's channel, because you'd have to go download all their videos and re-upload them, and then it's gonna come up under you know, YouTube's stuff when they check your videos. So I don't know what they're talking about, but
Kelly Race,
Avatar, they're actually answering comments in his videos. Crazy.
Yeah. See, so the same thing they did to you then.
Well, yeah. All you got to do is ban them from your channel, though, and they no longer have any power.
So there is a Google Chrome extension you can add. It's called Go to Channel. I have that one, and what it does is when you're watching a YouTube live stream, in the chat it will highlight all the names, and you can literally click on somebody's name and it'll go to their channel. So it's just a Google Chrome extension.
Sounds like a Chrome extension bot Secret needs to develop for our streams.
Right. So I do watch that one, but the only bad thing is that when you, like, say you're watching two streams at one time, it copies the chat so the names don't line up. So you have to close one and refresh the other one to actually go to their channel.
Right. Yeah. That works, because even though you can't click and go to somebody's channel anymore, if you ever look at the code of like your YouTube stream, you can actually every message has the channel ID attached to it. So that's why that works. The go to channel does.
Yeah.
But yeah, I can see where it would get very confused if you had two windows open.
You're right, because it's copying the chat, and the one you had open prior, the first one, it's looking at all those names, and then it associates those names with the other ones. And then when you click on, say, Raven's names in this one, I click it, but it's the same number message over here, that's Seeker's name, it's going to go to Seeker's channel. So it just gets confused.
Kelly says they even have all JB videos on the other channel. I would just report that. YouTube can see who uploaded them first and realize that who the copier is. So they'll take care of that.
That's a lot of work to do something like
that.
Well,
that's actually a little scary, because now when somebody comments, if you go to that channel, it looks just like their channel, and you might think that's really him.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate, guys. You know, it's really sad.
Look at the sub count, though. Like, JB has, 100-something thousand subs? I'm sure the clone channel doesn't.
Yeah, right. Probably has like 20.
Right.
So Corey W. says here, of the four of us on, who might be thinking about adding another stream night to their lineup?
Ooh, yummy. I mean, I do my auctions roughly once a month on Mondays, but outside of that, Saturdays is this, of course. Outside of that, Saturdays is probably where I'm going to be. Two nights a week is a little bit too much. I have too much else going on. Is this for me or?
I'm going back to Wednesdays and Sundays now that I'm back and healthy again. So
you're because last night I didn't know you were going live. I felt bad. I got
going back to the regular time on Sundays. Last night was literally just I hunted through a $50 box and that was it. So nothing. I wasn't doing anything because I was getting ready. My garage is still in shambles. I can't do the live stream melting right now. So maybe next Sunday I'll be able to, so I can actually get on and get everything set up. But depends on what the status of my garage is. Hey, Gina R, Alfred R, what's going on?
Gina, nice. The R's are in the house. Good to see you guys.
Big Mill says, I'm glad my channel sucks. Nobody would want to copy it. Big Mill has a second channel, just saying. Big Mill's Daily Grind. And as much as it sounds like, it's not a coffee channel. So don't go there thinking you're going to see awesome coffee brewing and whatnot. Because one, he uses a Keurig, and two, it's not a coffee channel.
True.
So don't get disappointed if you go there thinking it's a coffee channel. So many people were live last night. That's every night. Every night.
Yeah, dude. That's there's not a night where there's not a ton of people live. You know, it's funny, and Raven can attest to this because we've been around for so long. But when I first started streaming, I was streaming on Sundays and Wednesdays, and I was the only streamer on both nights. Well, no, that's not true. Paul and Sax were streaming on Wednesdays, but they were not streaming on Sundays. And I remember I missed one Sunday, and literally people were like, "What am I going to do? No one else streams." And now,
when I was on Saturdays and Thursdays, I think, or something like that. We worked out a schedule because there wasn't that many people.
Yeah.
You know,
I came on not that far after, and then it was Raven was on Thursday, I was on Friday, Seeger was on Wednesday and Saturday, and it was basically, and then sometimes Raven would be on a different night, and sometimes I would throw in a Tuesday because that was it. There wasn't, other than Paul and Snacks 5 days and sometimes 6, that was it. There wasn't people.
And the It's Wednesday, my dudes thing came out when I was a Wednesday streamer. I remember summer 19, I was going to just take the summer off. And Rob's like, dude, I'm going to stream on Wednesdays while you're off for the summer. Let me know when you're done or when you're ready to go back on Wednesdays. I go back to Tuesday or Thursday or whatever it was.
Tuesday. I was doing Tuesday and Friday.
And so anyway, the summer was over. I'm like, man, I really like just streaming one day a week. And it's not that I don't enjoy the streams. I love the streams. But I have so much other stuff going on that literally the rest of my week would be just backed up with trying to get caught up because I was streaming twice a week. So I was able to stay so much more caught up by only streaming on Saturday that even though I love going live, it was just, on the back end, it was just better for me to just do Saturdays.
But you can also put in a whole bunch of hours of work on one day. And then you're set,
Right. It is true.
It's amazing. One thing that people really have to understand is, and I've said this more than once, YouTube is a marathon. It's not a sprint. And, there's so much just learning, one, how to get your own niche, your own style, ways that you got to stand out nowadays. Because even if you have an established channel, it's hard to get the kind of views that we used to get because there's a lot of competition. But competition is good. It actually lends to more ideas, new things, cool stuff comes out. But I see a great question there from Corey W. in our statement. He says, I find it disappointing that Seeker has no facial hair. What's the deal, Seeker?
He's been growing it for months. Just not.
Dude, I literally shaved last night. I can't. It bothers me, and Mrs. Seeker doesn't like it, and so the best I can give you is turning into Sister Seeker.
Oh my gosh! Well, what are we doing?
No.
Look at that.
Oh goodness.
Well, and the sad thing is that I'm lucky I didn't have to work today because of the holiday, or else mine would have been shaven off too. So I was Rob called me last night and was like, listen, are you team beard on Monday or not? I was like, yes, I found out I didn't have to work. We're good.
I'm so happy that you're team beard, but unfortunately tomorrow he's team Seeker again.
Yeah, tomorrow, actually tonight, I'm going to shave it off tonight because I'm going to take all night for my face to get mad.
JW, take extra selfies to remember the beard by.
I'm going to have to. I'm going to have to update my Facebook profile picture, my LinkedIn. I'm going to have to update everything.
He's going to be like this.
It's weird when you shave, too, because you're going to be all cold.
Yeah, it's going to be all cold, and like my skin's going to be all irritated and all that. It's going to be
don't realize how cold
all red.
You don't realize how cold breathing is. Just the air coming in through your nose makes your lip cold.
It's some weird stuff, but yeah. Guys, I saw another one that was good. Let's see here. Yes, right there, Plumber Stacker. That is a good statement. YouTube is easily a full-time job. Seeker and I were just talking about doing our mailing. My mailing takes a day now. It's like literally one day gets devoted to stuffing envelopes, making sure people have their stuff, making sure everything's right. than going to the post office. I couldn't imagine what Seeker's like because, he's got a lot more, as far as in one day than I have to do. So, yeah, it's crazy.
I woke up and started shipping at 7 a.m. yesterday and didn't finish till about 8 o'clock last night. Now, granted, I obviously took breaks to eat and things like that, go up and talk to Mr. Seeker, but I would say total time spent in those 13 hours is probably 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, just literally the entire day. And so, it is what it is. And I was going to do that today instead of yesterday, but I realized that everyone was off today as well because of the holiday, including my wife. So I just, I'll just do it. I'll just do it yesterday. So I just did it. I just woke up and went and did it.
Yeah.
So
it's also one of those things that if you have a whole day to do it, you can just take your time, knock some out in the morning, knock some out here, knock some out there, and then throw it into the post office. Just most of us, I think all of us have our own label makers, that we can just go and print out the labels and take a whole box to the post office, dump it in there, whether it's 8 o'clock at night or 7 in the morning. You can just dump it into the box and it's good to go.
Well, I hired Charlani because daily shipping for me has gotten out of control. So I just have Charlani do it. But I still have to do all the packing, I do all the work. She just takes the box and waits at the post office for me.
Yep.
I have 2 full days a week. I have 2 full days a week that I spend at banks, dropping off coin bags, boxes, picking up boxes. It's 2 literally full days, probably between traveling all over the DFW area. It's about 7.5 hours each Monday and Friday is what I have to do just to get boxes and dumps coins back off.
Yeah.
Yes,
right.
Absolutely. No, you're 100% right. Same thing here. Because I have big cloth bags that I have to carry them up to the bank to, but I have to do 2 trips to get them all there. It's not just 1 trip. It's a lot. It's a lot, but
So
it's you know what the end game is, dude. I just absolutely love my stream. I always have so much fun.
Yeah.
I was grinning so much in the last stream, like I wasn't joking when I told people my cheeks were hurting. It was just so fun.
So, guys, right here, we got a question from Harrison, the coin guy. Says, you guys, along with other major coin channels, inspired me to make coin videos. Who/what inspired you to make your coin videos?
I'll let Raven go first since it's his stream tonight.
What inspired me to do coin videos? Oh, man. Actually, when I started out, and I started watching different channels and whatnot, I followed JB Coins for a while, and I used to have a red background as a nod to him, because I did respect his information. But what I noticed is that most of the channels were extremely, and I don't mean just to be rude, but boring.
Yep.
I have a silver round and it's really cool, and so I saw that and I just said, you know what, I want to do something a little different. I love to entertain. I can do stuff with my voice, etc., etc. And I got enough information in my brain that I can teach people,
Yep.
I'm not an expert on coins, like tonight I made a mistake about the Kissed Kennedy, and I didn't know the values of certain things because I don't know everything. I focused on other stuff that some people didn't. Like I focused on currency more than other people have, and I focused on constitutional coins.
Yeah.
Seeker.
Sure.
Take it away.
So I've been on and off you can say YouTuber, whether or not it's been on a professional level where I do it as a job or not, but all the way since like 2007 when I started my first channel, and that's on and off. I got off of it for a while, but I had a video gaming channel a long time ago that did commentaries, and then I got into it with my buddy, and we did this thing together. This big video gaming channel that got very, very large for the time being. It was north of 100,000 subs back then, like 09, I think is 09 or 10 is when we got that big, and then. Because of my job, we ended up closing the entire channel. It started to become a conflict of interest thing. And so I got out of it, and then I was off of YouTube for a long time. But I'd always been around coins, and it's always been a passion of mine, silver stacking and coin collecting, and all of it's always been something I've really been into. And I'm like, man, I bet that would make a fun. I didn't even think, when I started doing this, before I made my first video, I'm like, there's probably not anyone doing coins on YouTube. I was wrong. But, I decided to bring my passion over to YouTube this time. So that's how I got into it. But once what I did is I made, I don't know, 4 or 5 or 6 videos, and then I forgot about the channel literally forgot about the channel. I made like 6 I don't remember exactly, but you can probably look and see, oh, there's this big gap there. And a few months had passed, and then I'm like, oh yeah, I had this coin channel. I had logged on, and there was one of the videos had like 20,000 views, and I was close to 1,000 subs. I'm like, what? And so I'm like, oh, okay, this is gonna work. So that's how I got into it. That's how I started. You know, it was sheer luck. Had I logged into YouTube that day and that video did not go, viral is not the right word for 20,000 views, but had that video not done well, I would not be here today.
Yeah.
Like,
well, you know, back then, 20,000 views on a coin video is still pretty large. You know,
no. This was 2017. When I did the coin video.
Still pretty big though when you just drop a video and leave it alone and then come back and you're like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I had no idea.
Like I had my first video hit 10,000 views and it's the only one that's doing well on my channel, and I was like, huh, okay, sure, why not? You know, I see my sub count going up like 4 or 5 per day, and I'm just like, I don't know why. And I look at the analytics of that video and I'm like, okay, it's doing well, so I really need to do another one like that. But
yeah, if that video didn't do well, I probably would not be here with you today. I mean, that's what it was. So,
well, and also a chance meeting of jumping on your stream and us meeting each other and talking, that changed a lot of stuff.
It changed a lot of stuff. So what happened with that with me and Raven meeting? It was actually very interesting. And I tell you what, my first phone call with Raven was a doozy. I mean, not a bad doozy. It was just like, wow, this guy has a lot to say. But you know what happened was I was watching Paul and Snacks. I've always given credit to Paul and Snacks for my stream because they are the ones that inspired me. But I was watching Paul and Snacks do their stream. I'm like, gosh dang it, this looks like a lot of fun. I bet I could do this. And at the time, there were only 2 streamers, Paul and Snacks and Couch Collectibles, doing coin rolls.
Coin
Live. Was CoinOp doing halves though?
Not halves though. No, he was
right.
just
That's what I mean.
Streamer. Yeah, but you're right. There was only 2 channels doing $50 box searches.
Right. And so I saw that Raven was a mod in both of them. And so I approached him and asked if he'd be interested in modding my first stream. And before you know it, we're on the phone with each other. And like I said, dude had a lot to say, and we've been friends ever since. I mean, I wouldn't change anything, man. Love knowing Raven.
Thanks, brother. Hey, so Rob, what got you started?
On the filming, so I was working for corporate America, but I was doing gardening as one of my hobbies on the side. And I had a gardening channel that I was really growing and doing well with. And I was putting out videos on the weekends. And I was still missing the passion for coins that I always had because I had a couple of collections that were lost. Our house burned down when I was 16. And then at 18, all of our stuff that we had in storage when my parents moved overseas, we lost it in storage a few years later. So I had nothing since I was 19, basically. So I wanted to get back into coins, but after going to work every day and traveling all the time and taking care of the family, I got away from coins. And I decided that enough was enough. I've been watching YouTube videos on coins, on just valuable coins and coin channel stuff. And I happened to go to one of the Chase banks near my house, and I happened to pick up 7 rolls of wheat cents. At least the outsides were labeled wheat cents. And I was so excited that I was like, you know what? I've been wanting to do a second channel on YouTube anyway, other than my gardening channel. Why don't I just film this? And if it's just BS rolls, then, oh well, I'll delete the video. But I decided to do that. And so that video actually that series of videos did so well. People kind of took a liking to me that I thought, all right, I'm going to continue to do this. And then it just fed my passion for coins and really got me wanting to do it more and more. And then now my coin channel, I work on that a lot more than my garden channel, and it passed it up in subs. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's way cool. JW, what got you into it, my friend?
So when I lived in Germany, I was there for 3 years, and I used to go to every country and try to get one of every coin and one of every bill. I actually still have that collection. So that's what started. And then I was like, just going to search on the internet, like what coins I'm missing or like, whatever. I didn't really collect coins at that point. I just had jars of all my Euro coins and all that and tried to fill all the different countries and whatnot. I actually wrote them all down on pen and paper, and then none of these channels were the first one that I found. And then I found Rob's channel right after That's when he was at, I think, 12 or 13,000 subs. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to watch one of his live streams while I was cleaning my room because I was getting ready to move back. So I'm up cleaning all night anyways. And I was watching, and then I started noticing like rude people in the chat. And I was just like, I remember the message. I tagged Rob and I was like, hey, just saying, if you ever need somebody to be a mod, I volunteer as tribute. And he was just like, oh, okay, boom, right there. It's like, alrighty then. So now I'm like, I don't know what to do. And so, but that's where, so pretty much, you know, like Rob's channel got me into actually caring about coins. And then I found you two also off of Rob's channel because you guys were both associated. I think you guys had the first, the collab giveaway together. And that's how I found the other two channels. But so, yeah, now it's just turned into the messiest desk and parts of it I can find. So,
and more hats than 10 people have, right?
I have all my hats right here.
Nice.
All my hats. And I have a pile of hats right there as well, right there.
So guys,
sorry.
Go ahead, man.
I was just going to say the messier the desk, the more you know you enjoy what you're doing.
Yeah, there you go.
I've got my last 4 hunts right here, and also I've got something that I need to keep away from Rob right here as well. So we don't.
That's a Norfed dollar.
Yeah, so we don't lose it. You know.
Melt it.
And then also,
now I know why. I just got that. I remember.
I also have this cool thing too that I got, and then,
I laughed my butt off when I saw Rob melting that Norfed. Anyway,
so guys, Gringo OG22 with a $10 super chat says perseverance is a key. It wasn't that long ago when we were trying to get Ravenhawk coins to 1K. Just got to keep going. You will find an audience. When I moved to Oklahoma, I had 1,400 subscribers, and now I'm at 5,100. You know, so
keep trucking.
You got to keep trucking, and if you go look at things like Social Blade and other stuff, they can tell you kind of a timeline of where you think you're going to be.
Yep. You
know, and surprisingly enough, they're usually right online. You know, they're pretty good at figuring it out. So that's another tool that you guys can use, or trying to figure out if you want to do something like this. We've all on this panel have said we love competition. It breeds more ideas and better things come to the groups. So you just gotta keep plugging along, guys.
Agreed. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I always like to try to beat the Social Blade timelines, anyways.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like when you're on a GPS on your way home and like you're just trying to beat the GPS. That's what it is. Same thing.
That's right.
Yeah. If you can, and that's the key. If you can beat the algorithm and find ways to get your videos seen, that is a key.
Dude, I'll tell you this before we move on from this topic, because we spent a lot of time on it. But before we move on to this topic, I'll tell you this. Make sure you enjoy it, because if you don't enjoy it, people are going to know it right away. They're going to see that you don't enjoy what you're doing, and they're just going to move on. Straight up.
I want to piggyback on that, because people don't understand. Well, I don't want to say it like that. That sounds like I'm making assumptions. What you have to understand with coins is there's much easier, better genres if you don't love it. Because at the end of the day, I have to carry hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of pounds of bags and boxes, and find banks that will allow me to hunt. I have all the stress of that on top of the filming, the editing, the answering emails, the shipping. Whereas if I walk out in my garden, I'm responsible for growing my own seeds. I can film it myself. I can record videos. I can have just as many views on the garden channel. It's a much easier genre to do gardening. Plus, there's a huge audience in gardening than there is in coins. So if you don't love this, you are working harder in a genre that's smaller than what you could find something you love and just do it.
100% correct. This is probably one of the smallest genres on YouTube, or smallest niches, I should say. And that's our niche, or whatever you want to say. Go ahead.
One of the things that I've said till I'm blue in the face is if you do not love doing this, and everybody on here is saying it, it's going to show. People are going to know, that you're blowing smoke up their backside, and they don't appreciate that, because there's a lot of people that spend their hard-earned money and their free time to come and hang out with us. I'm honored when I have a room full of people hanging out with me. I'm always amazed, and that you need to be humble on top of it, because if you start becoming, snooty and on a high horse, that's going to have its own problems too,
Yeah.
We had a couple $5 super chats from Michael and Lord Zachary Burnett. We thoroughly enjoy watching all your streams and appreciate what you guys do. And that is awesome. I know he said something else about being a coin collector for 45 years and that his kid's finally into it. And that's one of the reasons, and we've all said this, when somebody tells us they started collecting again, I get happy. It makes my heart feel better, because I'm tired of watching this what do you call it, hobby die.
Yep.
I can give you a prime example. You go to a coin show in Long Beach, and it's like, it's a bunch of really, really old dudes that are the dealers, and half of them don't want to talk to anybody, and it kind of throws you off. So I'm glad we have stuff like this. I'm glad we have Rob and Seeker and JW, Big Mill, people that have personalities to help bring more into this, because you can build true wealth by being a coin collector and silver and gold stacker if you just follow, buy low, sell high, don't be dumb, like that kind of stuff. I mean, there's a lot that this hobby has to offer, and it teaches you life lessons, of course, of how to organize and all that other good stuff.
Yeah.
All right.
Read Michael Kittle's comment.
Two things right now. Michael Kittle's comment. Not all of us at Long Beach are old, mean dudes. You are an old, mean dude. You are one of them. I would like you to introduce me to somebody who's not an old, mean dude. And then Morgan McLean said, do you ever counterstamp coins with JW and put them back into circulation? No. Somebody in the Dallas, Texas area does that. I've had 2 people send me 2 JW quarters now from that area. So it's not me.
It's not me either. We have somebody with JW. Yeah. They put them. I have found them on pennies and nickels as well.
They do send them to me, and that's where I was just like, because I do collect the counter stamps. So I've had 2 people send them to me now.
And you know what I will say, this
ranting dudes,
Michael Kittle, if it wasn't for the really 2 awesome coin dealers that I did find at the Long Beach show, I probably would have never gone back and probably would never told people to go there. But there are a couple. There's always the saving grace, but I wish honestly that it wasn't that way. I wish that people were able to approach it, easier.
I agree 100%. I've been to a lot of coin shows, and if you ever look around the room, and I've been going to coin shows for a long time, like 20 years ago, when I would go with my dad, the coin shows were packed, just tons of people. And you go now, and it's not a ghost town per se, but like the difference between then and now it's just night and day. It's crazy. Yeah. And if you look around the floor, there's a lot of people. Almost all of them are 40 plus, 50 plus. Mm-hmm. You see very few kids, very few young people. There are some there, but I'd say 10% or less of them are under 50, and that's very unfortunate, because I think a lot of people now, they're just if they're looking into getting into something that they can make money on, maybe they're looking at cryptocurrency, or they're just so busy in their video games, and who wants to collect anything.
I will say that the first coin show Rob and I went to, I was lucky I was with him, because he's the same age as most of the younger dealers there. So they would actually talk to him before talking to me. So yeah, you're old. But, when I would go around by myself, like very few of them would give me the time of day. Now I can only imagine that now Kittle is one of the very few that's really good with kids and teaching kids about the
He's
hobby.
like Santa Claus.
But a lot of them don't like to give the younger ones the time of day to answer their questions, because they want somebody else to answer those questions, or just Google it, just YouTube it. You're young, get on the internet, check it out. No, they want to hear it from a dealer. They want to hear it from somebody who they might idolize at the coin show. They might idolize you even though they don't know who you are, because you are the professional coin dealer.
Yeah, and it goes a long way. I've seen kids get the right treatment that turns them on to being a coin collector, and then the bad treatment that turns them off, and I'm really, I've seen a good turnaround. Like, we have some good kids in the YouTube coin community, but YouTube's rules make it kind of kind of different. You got to be really careful, you know.
They do. Yep. We missed a question from Wolfie Olin earlier. So, what was the first coin that got you guys interested in coin hunting or collecting? Hers was a 1898 Indian head I found on the playground. There it is.
Nice.
Mine was a 35D Buffalo nickel.
My interest in coin collecting came through my father. So it really wasn't a specific coin, unfortunately. But I have a lot of coins that I absolutely love.
Yeah. I would say probably all the Euro coins that I dealt with, when I was in Europe, because everybody still pays cash over there. You still carry a little, my wallet even still has a coin pouch on the back of it, So.
Yeah.
Your man purse.
The Merce.
Indiana Jones carried it.
That's funny. Me and JW are both. It's a Merce. For me, it's the same thing. My father was into coins, and of course, wanting to do stuff that my dad did. It kind of got me interested. But what really stuck with me is the coin dealer that we dealt with. His name's Chuck, and he's one of the most awesome guys ever. Matter of fact, most people, big coin dealers know who Chuck is. But anyways, I was really young, and my family didn't have much money, but my dad was trying to do what he could do to, collect whatever coins he could and stuff. And I go in there, and this guy would let me just kind of search through the bins. And one day he gave me just a beautiful uncirculated Indian head. And I couldn't believe just how nice because I'd always seen really kind of coins, damaged, just run of the mill. But when you see a mint state coin and the luster and just how actually beautiful the detailing is, it changed my whole world. It made me really just go, wow, I want to do this for a long time.
Suspicious color, though, right?
Questionable color.
Yeah, NGC, I'm not happy with them. I sent in some coins, kind of like you, Rob. I sent in some coins that, I didn't. Other people said it doesn't look clean to me, and they sent it saying that it cleaned. I'm like, you got to be kidding me, man! That coin's from 1885. You tell me somebody went like this three times too many? Come on!
I know, ridiculous.
William Fowler with a $10 super chat. I just want to say that watching all you inspire me to do things better myself and to take care of my fellow peeps. Thank you, William Fowler. Thank you, man. That is a very high compliment, and that is one of the reasons that myself, Rob, JW, and Big Mill run in the circle that we run in is we think alike. We want to
put my name in there.
I did. I said you.
No, you said Big Mill instead of Seeker, but you know what?
Seeker's just all about whatever.
He was talking about bearded guys, Seeker. He was talking about guys with beards.
Yeah, it's a bearded circle.
Yeah.
I can only say this for one more day.
But we all think in the same kind of way. We want to make sure that we bring new people in and we help the community stay good and grow in a positive way. So that means a lot to me, and I respect all of these guys a lot.
And we respect you, brother, and I mean that.
Heck yeah.
And William Fowler, seriously, that is a fantastic comment, dude. That feels good to hear people say that. That rocks.
Yeah. Let's see here. Jason Schatt says, how do coin graders know if a coin has been cleaned?
Years of expertise.
Years of expertise, and even then they're not 100%.
Yeah.
Exactly. The secret, I think I've had kind of the same thing. Like you said recently, you were always a really big supporter of NGC, but then I remember you said, "Hey, I sent in some coins, and all of a sudden, everything says it's coming back cleaned."
Yeah.
Like how?
Yeah.
How's it all of a sudden changed to like that?
It wasn't that I supported NGC more than PCGS. It's an aesthetics thing for me. I collect coins. I also collect the slabs. I know you buy the coin, not the slab, but my point is that I really like how NGC slabs look. I like the aesthetics of the slab. I just like how they look. I think it's gorgeous. So that's why I've been more lenient towards NGC. That being said, NGC has given me problems in the past. One of my favorite coins, the one coin in my collection that, that would be the last thing I sell before I just die of starvation, was the one that my dad and I sent off, and it came back artificial tone, and we know for a fact it was not artificially toned. It was one that was sitting on the top of a roll, and they put the little piece of paper in the center of the roll and close it up, and it just stays closed for 20 some odd thousand years. And just absolutely gorgeous tone. And I remember it came back from NGC, and my dad was livid. Unfortunately, he got sick right after that, so we never had the opportunity to crack it and resend it to PCGS. And so I leave it in the NGC holder with the artificial tones. It's actually questionable tone, but I leave it in NGC in the same slab with the same label because that coin means so much to me because of how that happened. Yeah.
And that's the heartbreaking side of it, is there's times where you're doing really well, you're finding all this great stuff, and then you take a gamble on a coin or whatnot, and then later, you just, when something like that happens to me, when I got my coins back saying that, that strange color or whatever the referencing they said, my stomach literally dropped, right. Because I was like, these were coins that were potentially worth thousands of dollars because of the toning. Now you're telling me it's not worth anything.
Dude, wow. Look at that 09S that I sent off to both NGC and PCGS. And when they both said it, I'm finally like, all right. Yeah, see, that's painful. And Rob had a recent experience with the same thing too. He sent in a beautiful Indian head, and they're saying it's got a questionable color. Like, come on.
I mean, you know what? Maybe it looks too red compared to most of them that have not been well stored, possibly. Or we don't know. At the end of the day, to me, questionable color is BS. I think at the end of the day, if an expert can't determine if the coin's been cleaned, then they must call it authentic. If they can't, it's not guilty until proven innocent. It's innocent until proven guilty. So why would they call it guilty without evidence? So anyway, that's my 10 cents on that 1 cent, and that's all I'm going to say.
There you go. I'll give you on that, because that 09S Indian I'm talking about, I mean, that thing's easily a 64 or better. Yeah. But both of them say, well, actually, PCG was it PC? I don't know. One of the two grading companies said AU cleaned, and then I resent it, and I think I resent it to NGC, and it came back uncirculated cleaned. That thing's a 64 all day. It is so gorgeous, and it really sucks. So I'm not happy about it.
Yeah, anyway.
There's the next one I'll be trying to send in.
Do it.
They say all day proof but I just.
What mint is it from?
San Francisco.
So
that's the only reason I trust it.
But the San Francisco mints did strike beautifully, proof like regular strikes, but that one and that image did look like it would receive one.
I think so too, and I even talked to the coin dealer I bought it from for probably a good 10 minutes about it before I bought it. But there's without the capsule. But I mean, you can clearly see my camera behind it. But
I'm 1 for 4 on San Francisco minted proof-like variety designations.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. Proof-like designations.
Right.
One thing on the toning that kind of throws me off when they try to say it's not, it's a questionable color. Well, copper in nature is literally all the blues, purples, greens, and stuff occur naturally on it. So of course it can occur naturally on the damn coin. Like, come on.
And speaking of grading copper coins, you guys may or may not realize this, but like NGC, for example, if you get a copper coin graded, they only guarantee the grade to be accurate for 10 years because the copper will degrade inside the slab. So if you ever look at the bot, I don't know if they show it. I'm pretty sure they do. If you ever go look at like an old large cents, like early 1800s large cent, if you search the serial number on NGC's website, at the bottom it straight up tells you that it's only guaranteed for like 10 years.
That I did not know. That's interesting. That opens a whole different thing about when you have older grading. How people look for the older holders and they're trying to get older coins graded again.
Right.
Yeah. Wow. All right, guys. I know that we're running out of time here, of course. So we got one last question we'll take from Gina R. and then wrap this bad boy up. You have you excuse me, you four have done a great job of educating the coin community. What do you gentlemen think is a great resource for someone who's starting off in coin collecting? I'll go with this real quick, and then we'll go to Seeker, Rob, JW, whatnot. A really good local coin dealer is a godsend, and I would go to multiple coin shops, see how the way that they interact. A decent coin dealer is going to work with you because they understand that if you become a collector, you're a lifetime customer, and they should treat you right. If you go into a place and they're not treating you right, you need to go to the next shop, is what I think.
That's a really, really good start. If there's no coin shops around you, Gringo just said in the chat, he said red books are key. Michael also said get the red book, usually less than $10, tons of info. Red books are great. They really are. I would tell you that when you're looking at pricing coins, red book's not the best source, but it will definitely get you started, and it will certainly keep you from buying a $100 coin for $1,000. But yeah, I mean, coin shops are key. But if there's none around you, I mean, you can always look for communities. Communities that were created on YouTube or wherever. There's coin forums that you can go to. There's tons of people you can talk to. Just try and get into it by going through some of them. That's what I would say. And all right, go
real
ahead.
Quick, couple super chats. Jason, Shad, thank you guys. This has been an awesome night. Thank you very much, Jason. CM Silver with a $20 super chat. Thank you for all you do. And Canadian Ryan with a $10 super chat. Thank you very much. Rob, what's your input, my good friend?
Well, first and foremost, definitely want to decide if you are coin collecting or you also are a variety hunter, because you can be a coin collector who likes valuable, regular, non-variety coins, or maybe you're just trying to fill albums. But if you're somebody that wants to look and hunt for varieties, then I would recommend, additionally to what Seeker and Raven have said, to consider looking through varieties on Variety Vista. You can go to the Wexlers. You can go to madddieclashes.com. There's a lot of different variety sources that I've mentioned, and a lot of them are listed in my videos where I've talked about them. That way you can get familiar with some of the more valuable and even lesser valuable varieties, if that's your thing, like RPMs and over mint marks and stuff that, while it's hard to sell to a coin dealer if it's an RPM, unless it's in a slab and it's high grade, if it's somebody who wants to collect not just every single mint and year, but they want to get all the varieties for those years and mints, then do the homework on that. But at the end of the day, don't do more than what makes it fun. If just filling up slots in an album is fun, then you don't need a lot of extra resources. If you are doing it for an investment or to hand down to a family member as an investment, then you should research as much as possible.
Yep. I would say books. Everything that, because I have a horrible memory. I'm not like Rob where he can remember the color of the shoes he wore in 1972. I don't have that memory. My memory is literally all on this bookshelf right here. And I like these books right here. They're called the Authoritative Reference Guides. And they're like 200-page books that go on certain topics. This one is all about commemorative coins. So whatever commemorative coins you want to look for, they're right there. And they also have a whole bunch of different ones too. So, and then also, of course, the red book as well. But the red book's a quick guide for specific information, good information. But the other books, I mean, I could read all day on certain things, and those are available on Amazon. That's my only plug.
Guys, this one's awesome. We had a $5 super chat from Majestic, but this one from Sir Facial Hair Fund. One of these guys is not like the other. Awesome stream. Thank you. Oh, man. Guys, here's the thing. We love doing coins so much that we would love to be able to do this all the time. Unfortunately, we don't always have that kind of time. But make sure to see us in 2 weeks from now on Rob Finds Treasure when we have our next guest. Guys, whatever you want to say to wrap it up, let's do this.
Thanks for being here, guys. You guys are awesome. I appreciate all the support for all of the channels, and just keep on watching the videos. And from all these guys, make sure you go over to JW's and subscribe. There's also 2 very, very good Discords out there, mine and JW's. Actually, I think JW has a custom link, discord.gg/coins.
Yep.
And then unfortunately, mine is not boosted enough to have the awesome link, but you can get the link through mine, through my, on my channel or any of my streams or or even through JW's, I think. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah,
either way.
we have the, I think both the invites still in the welcome screen, whatever.
Right, but those are really, really good places to hang out with the chat as well. So that's a good.
And if you don't know what Discord is, it's literally just a big chat room with a whole bunch of different subjects. I get people all the time. What's Discord? What's Discord? It's just a bunch of different chat rooms. You can talk about whatever you want. And you can get a hold of most of us all day long. You know, and then, like I watch movies at night on there, so we stream movies on there too. So
I just posted a link to mine for you guys that are wondering as well.
There you go. Nice. And Train Watcher Don, have you done a video on those books? Would be interested to learn more. I have not yet, Train Watcher Don. I'm not good at trying to format videos like that. I actually made a video. I wanted to start a new series, and I sent it to Rob to look at. And I think I sent it to TJ to look at, and got yeah. He said, "Don't do it. Don't do it."
Oh, and one last thing, if you guys are wanting to learn how to grade coins, I would tell you that PCGS Photo Grade is amazing.
Yeah.
And big thank you to Juan Camacho for the $20 super chat, brother. Much appreciated. And guys, not only do you have all those references, each one of us has extensive videos on different things that we cover. I cover a lot on currency. I do have a couple videos at how to start to be a coin collector as well. Anyways, we will see you, like we said, in 2 weeks on Rob Finds Treasure.
Wait a sec. Does Rob not get to say bye?
Oh, did I do that again? I did it so earlier. I left Secret out, and tonight I'm leaving Rob. Rob, say your piece, my brother. I'm sorry.
You know, I don't have much to say other than if you haven't subbed to any of those cool people, please do. And we'll have another special guest on 2 weeks from now on a Monday. It is a group decision, not group with JW, but the rest of us. So if you are interested in participating in it, you can shoot me an email and I'll let you know. But by the way, we're very selective. Not that you wouldn't be selected in a future one, but we have an idea who we're already going to invite. But for some reason, if that doesn't pan through, we'd like to have a backup just in case. Outside of that, thank you for the support. And let's find a whole bunch of silver quarters in 2021.
But no 2021 W's.
JW, I think JW, what do you got to say to send this off?
I don't really have much to say. I think I talk enough. Yeah, I'm going back to streaming on Wednesdays and Sundays. That's about it. Back to, of course, I'll be back to work starting beginning of February. So it's going to be off and on again, like usual. So
nice.
Yep, about it.
I'll make sure on Sunday nights to keep always saying, hey, go check out JW because you're right after me. Heck yeah.
I appreciate it. And I usually go right after Rob on Wednesdays. So
and I always say check him out as well.
You know, I mean, somebody's got to control Rob's chat. So, you know, me and Jan Lewitt in there and Gringo and Alfred are pounding people left and right. So
nice. All right, guys. Very awesome. Everybody, please make sure to take care of one another and have a great day. Oh, wait, I didn't even say my own tagline the right way. Have a great day.
Oh my God.
And one for Big Mill. Woo! Woo! Woo!